While Fabian and Ivan are home for the weekend, Pole Circle 11 is called in to deal with an unpleasant surprise.
We heard last night that one of the other PC instructors and the PC came down and a little damage to our lines and showed up today, and that was the case, so we're just out here fixing it. Well, I think it was part of a kind of a joke or a game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I kind of quickly ate my dinner and came out here with some of my crew and saw the fun they were thinking they were having, which really pissed me the off because, so I'm sorry, because we were just about to do Transformers. Then 4 weeks of Transformers in classroom and haven't touched a Transformer. Monday was going to be our day, and now we're technically going to be maybe a day or two behind. You go up 12 and then take down the 2 primary wires and bread tie them. Wow. Yeah, see, because right now they're twisted in tight. So we got to take the wire down, the soft wire down, and bread tie them in. They've given us until noon to fix what we can fix, and then we're stuck till Monday doing the rest.
Bradley, the destructive son of a gun, came through, PC7, destroyed all of our crap for some odd reason, because he's got something against Cody. He was being a stinker all week, so now we got to pay for it.
It all started with Cody hiding my golf cart and dragging my wire off. So I just let him keep on going. When he left yesterday after work, me and my guys come in here and destroyed his line. And now some of his guys are out here fixing it. I can't imagine what Cody's gonna do to me, but it's all fun. It's all good.
They took down the single phase going out to 16, so we gotta put that one back up. We gotta run the neutral, and then we'll be good there. But since we have to tie in this one and go out. PC7, enjoy your Thursday night victory. This is a battle. I thought it was more funny than anything. Pops, he took it to heart a little bit, but I think we're all having fun, really. A little bit of blood, a little bit of sweat, but the fun's not over. You can only piss off a bear so much. Figured we'd get a little payback. Checked with Cody. He said, yeah, but let's let it die down.
Back in Mendota, Illinois, Fabian is happy for the chance to reconnect with family and friends.
What I miss most about being home is like my family and friends. And it'd be cool to go see back to my old job. Because I have a lot of friends where I used to work, so it'd be cool to go back there and just see like how they're all doing, how everything's going for them.
How's the school?
It's good, man. I like it so far.
Yeah? You gotta climb the poles and get up there high?
You got up there really high. So I think going home and seeing my people and like where I come from and all those things will kind of give me a little more motivation.
Like Fabian, Ivan Pantoja is happy to be home in Mendota, but the time has come to confront his parents with the bad news. Ivan has been expelled from SLTC.
Finally kind of got some weight off my shoulders, just got to talk with my dad especially, you know.
Ya se cometió el error y yo te apoyo en lo que sea, como quiera. Pero honestamente, hijo, lo que es de cada quien y nomás que no se repita y honestamente, porque tú sabes que la vida no está muy fácil.
Es lo que va a decidir mi vida. I mean, no digo que está bien hacerlo, pero en una posición yo lo miro de que mejor que me pase ahora que cuando tenga una familia o que ya tenga trabajo o algo. Más era error mío y obviamente también yo ni supe ni supe cómo decirles.
Yo te entiendo perfectamente, pero yo quisiera que fueras honesto y nunca más volvieras a hacer esto, porque yo no quiero mal para ni un hijo mío.
Desde más chico, ya 19 años, ya sé las decisiones que hago, ya sé que todo lo que hago, ya no soy niño chiquito. Por eso es lo que ha pasado. A mí me va a servir a mí, como dicen ustedes, les va a servir a ustedes. Desde ahorita me voy a madurar.
Y es mejor aquí. Aquí te despejas de tu mente y te despejas y ya cuando...
¿Te das a la idea?
Ya cuando te vayas...
¿Te das a la idea, hijo?
Te vas a dar a la idea y te vas a dar la idea que te vas a volver a ir. Para empezar de nuevo cuenta.
Siquiera. Yo conmigo cuentas para lo que se ofrezca.
Así es.
Para lo que se ofrezca, hijo.
No te agüites,
No give it a thought, I think I decided to stay, man.
For as young as you are, I think that you've handled the situation as best as you could possible, and these mistakes don't define you, man. I just want you to remember that. Like, I don't want you to ever get down about what happened. Like I said, this isn't the end of the world for you. Like, this is it's just the next step, man.
I feel bad, because I'm leaving you, man. I'm gonna miss you, dude. We got super close.
Yeah, no.
We really did.
I'm gonna miss you too,
for sure.
I don't know. Well, man, it was good seeing you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Good luck down here, all right?
Thank you, bro.
We'll see each other soon.
It's important, those choices that you make and how they're gonna affect you in your future. I never would have thought, he'd be going home, but I believe in Ivan, I think he'll be back and he'll be more motivated than ever to prove everybody wrong and just to prove to himself that he can still do it.
Coming back, it kind of gave me this feeling of newness, freshness. My family and the people around me kind of that I truly care about. And my mom just be like, oh man, I'm proud of you and everything that you're doing. I think that really kind of sparked it again.
Equal work, I guess. Usually I get a red one, but...
I usually replay everything, just the day that, everything happened.
April 1st, 2014. The day that my life changed forever. Was that day. One of the hardest things I've ever been through. Just a lot of memories play back in my head. I just say a little prayer. For him to watch over me, to let me continue doing what I'm doing right now, and just to make me successful in every aspect of life. I had a little brother who was ill. He had a disease called Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It's a disease where your muscles deteriorate, and he was he was 16 years old. I couldn't leave, because I knew what was happening. I couldn't leave him there like that, and my family, they depend on me a lot, so I didn't want to leave them. So I actually have a picture of him right here. Yeah, I carry this because he's one of my biggest motivation. I'm so motivated by him. It's crazy. So he taught me so much about life. Life is a huge blessing, and just to be able to stand here and talk with you guys. One of the best memories though is I was sitting there bedside with him, and he was telling me about how he's gonna have kids, and
you know, get married and like what kind of car he was gonna drive, and it's like crazy, like just that faith, you know. So if he can make it through that, like, I can make it through anything, you know. Like, he never complained about anything, so.
2 weeks have passed, and back on Southeast Lineman Training Center's campus, Pole Circle 7 is discovering the repercussions of their little prank on PC-11.
They tore down our lines. And then they took our wrenches and we don't know where the hell they are. Now we're digging. No, they're on a scavenger hunt, actually.
You want to try and pull me up.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. He's got the Come on, Lucky.
Someone grab the bucket,
Hello. Cody got their tools, their lower wrenches, and we made a little scavenger hunt, put clues everywhere. We actually had them on maxi pads, but somebody came through and took the maxi pads down, so their map was gone, so we had to kind of point them in the right direction.
But the prank did not go exactly as Pole Circle 11 planned.
Got some payback for the people that did some damage to our lines, and now we're helping them fix it.
Somebody somewhere had a bug up their butt and wanted to paint off, so made them bleed blue. They looked pretty. Came to school on Monday and found out we had to scrape all that paint off, so. Tom thinks it's bull when you come out here and have some fun. And this happens.
They pretty much punish themselves. I mean, just if you look over there and all the people on the poles, that's all them cleaning up their mess. So I think that's punishment enough.
If they have a certification for scraping blue paint or paint off poles, I'm qualified now. I'm not really mad, it's just I didn't want to fix what I tore up. You know, my mother-in-law said too, just leave it alone. And I was like, no way. Yeah, I should have left it alone. So, Mom, if you're watching, damn it, you were right. You know, it is what it is. These rivalries happen and stuff like that, and I basically just wanted us to be remembered. You know, didn't hurt me none. I got to stand on the pole a little longer, got the ground. I learned a little more things about painting poles.
I got blue paint in my nose. And other places.
Sniff that.
For the remainder of their training, the students at SLTC will work strictly with field lines. These field lines are engineered to be perfect replicas of America's power grid. The students will learn to construct these lines from the ground up. It's no simple task, and they will draw on every skill they have learned up until now. More than ever, their success depends on their bond as a team. The students will find out if their foundation of communication, safety, and unity will be enough to pass. Michael has met each new challenge head-on. He is excelling both in the classroom and out in the field.
You need to make sure these things are snug. You don't want to move it around. All right.
That is a lot of stuff to remember. Well, it's definitely going to go slow. Being our first day hands-on with it, but that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn, so we're going to buckle down and make some mistakes and learn from them. Isn't it the top pole 2 inches from the neutral?
I heard 12.
I heard 12.
Like right here. What is this hole right here that me and you thought was lining up with the neutral?
Huh?
On the line. we sent up the wrong size bolts. So we're gonna go over here to Cuz and get the right ones. We didn't know how it all lined up on the pole. So we're thinking, how do you do this and that? And so we were pretty much just like, wow, we've got a lot of improvement to do here. You know, there's a saying that I really like to apply to my life, that I don't lose. I either win or I learn. Growing up, I ran into a group of friends and got in, you know, in the wrong crowd. And after that time, I then had a daughter and not really a stable income, so I just spent time bouncing from job to job, figuring out what I'm gonna do. I went to college and didn't complete it. Went to the Marine Corps and was gonna be in the infantry. Ended up coming back home because of unstable environment that my daughter was in. So I didn't finish my career in the Marine Corps either. I didn't have very much dedication no matter where I went. You know, I wasn't finishing anything.
He came home one day and he said, I'm gonna go to lineman school. And the next day he was applying for grants.
My wife, she knows where I came from. She knows everything, you know, that, you know, I was a failure, that, you know, it was just a rough road growing up, and she sees something in me. Her and my daughter and my son, you know, I've got a powerful team behind me. I knew that I needed a career that I could give back a lot, that I could take care of my own and also still have more to give to the community. That's my moving force now of where I'm going with this lineman industry.
Pole Circle 5 is doing their best to keep up the pace on the field lines, and teamwork is proving to be their most valuable asset.
Go ahead, take it all the way out. Now, put that back in. You know, in line work, you have to pay attention to everything that goes on around you, because what he does on pole 1 might affect the guy on pole 5. And if they're not paying attention to what's going on around them, then, you know, somebody could get hurt, you know, or they might not be, you know, they might not be working towards the same goal.
I'm putting a yellow guard on the guy wire. It's just for visibility. It is a pain in the butt.
But it seems they will have some extra climbing to do today. Robert has had another incident of dozing off in class.
I dozed off in class for a second and got told to go back, stand up and back to the classroom.
So today in class I was teaching grounding, and Boo-Boo Bear is what they call him, Robert's self, plans on going to sleep on me. So I make him stand up.
After about a few minutes of standing back there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go sit back down.
Well, while I'm teaching, I turn around, he's sitting back down. I asked him why he was sitting down. That's his answer.
Apparently I wasn't supposed to. He came back in the classroom, looked right at me.
So I make him stand back up, and I told him, I said, if you don't take this class serious, this class is going to keep you stay alive in the real world.
Which I thought that was a little contradicting being around the classroom, not out in the field. It's quite easy for me to fall asleep.
Well, he just goes to smirking like this.
So I kind of smirked a little bit, I guess. That's what he said.
I said, do it again. He gives me another one. I said, one more time. He ended up doing it 3 times. I said, for every time you've done it, that's 5 up downs. So you got 15.
So that happened 3 times. And he said, fine, well, that's 5 up downs for every smirk.
I walked back in. I said, not only do you got 15, but the whole PC's got 15. So then that was 19 guys that was on his butt after that conversation we had.
And at first he just gave himself, but then he was so mad that he came back in the classroom. He says, you know what, your whole PC is gonna do the 15.
Gave a little attitude to the wrong guy.
We ended up having to do 15 up downs for self, the smile, because apparently he thought it was funny that Mason was mad, which it wasn't funny.
He thought it was just going to be himself, but ended up being the whole PC.
To not pay attention during grounding, which is one of the most important classes that we got, I mean, you're not really taking it serious. And that's something you need to pay attention to. You need to learn that whole book. Just not what's on the test. You need to learn the whole book itself.
Some of them are really, really good team players, and they did it without caring.
I guess Josh has the saying, he's like, we're all a team, so if one fails, we all fail. So if we're a team, I think it's fair.
And some other ones, they want to pick an argument about it.
My legs hurt. I'm sick and tired of up downs.
About 90% of the up downs we do is because of him.
Pretty pissed.
Pretty pissed off.
Thanks.
With penalty points for failed test, falling asleep in class, and disrespecting the staff, Robert is quickly approaching the maximum 15 points allowed by SLTC. 15 points, and you're out.
Yeah, I think he does good work, you know. I think he'll do good. He just needs to stay awake.